What is the craziest thing you ever seen fans do during one of your games? Home, road, anywhere.
Oh man, at our game. I think that's the good thing about Nebraska. We don't have the craziest fans. Um, Man, I don't know about our games, but I do remember watching on TV in the West Virginia regional. A fan got on top of the dugout and was screwing up the umpire, telling him how horrible he is. He ended up getting ejected in that game. But that's West Virginia. So, but really, Nebraska fans are pretty controlled. So I don't know if there's any funny things that stick out.
We are talking to Yankees free agent outfield prospect Aaron Palensky. Now, who do you, when you talk about your parents and your brothers and sisters, I don't know how many brothers and sisters you have. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have 3 little brothers who all play college baseball, and I have a younger sister who is currently playing college volleyball.
Wow, look at that. I mean, you're athletic family over there. Which one of your parents or family members really pushed you to play sports and really push you to become a professional athlete?
I would say probably the family member that I would look up to the most is probably my oldest brother. His name's Caleb. I remember he would always, bring me along to work out with him when he was in high school and college. And, I was, like 7 or 8 years older than I am. So I definitely look up to him a lot. I think I got a lot of my, characteristics from him and my work ethic from him, because he's just a really great guy to look up to. He had a nice solid career at Nebraska, Omaha. And he just really encouraged me whenever I have a question about, hitting or anything baseball related, really life related. I usually go to him because, he's a pretty wise guy.
When you were growing up, when was baseball your passion? When did that start to be? And did you play any other sports growing up?
So growing up, all my siblings were actually homeschooled. So we got done with school and we went outside and played any type of sports you can imagine. Basketball, football, baseball. We put our roller skates on, we played hockey. I really loved baseball at a young age. I bat boy for my older brothers. I remember, being a young kid, I would go to bed every night saying, "Mom, please let me play baseball next year." Sports has really just been a big, big part of my life.
Well, you didn't ask your mom if you could play football. I'm sure she probably would have smacked you in the back of the head if you asked her that.
Yeah, she was never too fond of football. One of my brothers played football. It was only 1 year when he was 12.
Well, let me ask you this question because I played sports growing up, and I would have been a professional hockey player if I didn't hurt my knee. And I've done MMA, I've done boxing. Is there a particular sport besides baseball that you were really into where maybe if it wasn't baseball, it would have been another sport that probably would have pushed you to play professional sports? Is there any other sport besides baseball, or was it just completely baseball?
Baseball, obviously it's my best sport. But in high school, I was actually a pretty good tennis player. I actually got a couple of letters to play from like NAI schools in Nebraska. In my senior year, me and my partner got 5th place in the state tournament, and we actually beat one of my Nebraska teammates. But I like to talk to him. He, one of the teammates I play with Nebraska, so I like to make fun of him. Saying, remember that match when I beat you? So yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Well, let me ask you another question. You listen before games. Every single athlete listens to particular music. Is there a particular sound of music? Do you like country music? Do you like rap, hip hop? Do you like heavy metal, rock? Is there a particular style of music you like listening to? And what are your favorite artists that you listen to before the game?
So I actually, it just kind of depends on my mood that day. I would say my top 3 that I would listen to, before game would either be country, EDM, or like 2000s rock.
It's so crazy. It's crazy how all of you guys, most of the Yankee prospects we've interviewed now, you would be 5 for us. We've interviewed practically all the new prospects that were drafted or were signed by the Yankees. And it's funny because all of them have so many unique different kind of music. Blaine Abeda likes country music, and that's all he listens to.
And then there was Jaron Lesser, who has the great combination of Kid Cudi and Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash and Kid Cudi, and I mean, and now you like EDM. So it's I love all music. I DJ on the side as well. I've traveled all around the country with some of the big top DJs in the country, and I love music. But To me, when I look at the sport and all different sports, the growth of baseball's been around for over 120 years.
Since like 1876 or something like that.
120 years. When you look at baseball and you look at all the sports now that are growing, like the NFL, like the NHL, even the NHL is growing. Do you see baseball eventually? And I've said this on this show plenty of times.
And I still think you're nuts. But okay.
I'm not nuts. I think baseball. I've said on this show that I think baseball will, in 10 years from now, will take over and be not only America's pastime, but it will be back as the number one sport in America. Do you see baseball being that again? Or because it was in the 90s, it kind of fell off with the NFL taking over the way it did in the early 2000s. Do you see baseball taking over again? Or do you think that the COVID-19, the 60-game season will affect the growth of baseball moving forward?
I actually don't think that COVID-19 is really going to hurt baseball too much because, baseball is a sport of the summer. Maybe people get a little tired of it because, every night there's a baseball game on. But, people have been deprived of baseball. So, they're itching to watch baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely do not doubt seeing the MLB becoming, the most popular sport because, like you said, it's America's pastime. I just feel like, the times are always changing, but I feel like baseball is going to regain the top dog of professional sports.
Before we let you go, first of all, I don't know where you're from. Where are you right now located?
Right now, I am in my parents' house in Omaha, Nebraska.
Omaha, Nebraska. Do you like college football?
I do like college football. Definitely grew up cheering on the Cornhuskers. We would go to my grandma and grandpa's house every Saturday for every football game. So yeah, I'm a college football fan.
So do you know? And growing up, what sport? In baseball, what team did you follow?
Professional or college?
Professional.
Professional. So me and my brothers all were actually Cardinals baseball fans.
Mm-hmm.
We were Chiefs football fans. My uncle really liked the New York Rangers for hockey.
Oh, my gosh.
Nice.
Come on, man. What is wrong with your family, man?
You're welcome in New York now.
Come on, man. You Islanders, man.
Don't listen to him.
You're fleecing me here. You're fleecing me. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're good. And, the Yankees were actually a team that, me and my family were not too fond of growing up. But, in the past couple of years, I've actually started to appreciate what the Yankees have been doing. They're best team in baseball. They're best team in baseball for a reason.
I bet you grew up an Albert Pujols fan.
You know what? You are 100% right. And let me tell you, so when he went to the Angels, me and my brothers instantly hated him.
Well, I grew up a Don Mattingly fan, okay? And I'm a Yankee fan, and the Yankees were terrible in the 80s. They were absolutely horrendous. And it wasn't until 95, Don Mattingly's last year, where the Yankees started to play good baseball. And then, of course, he retires. In 96, they win a World Series. So when he went to the Dodgers, when he took over as the manager when Joe Torre and him left, I didn't hate Don Mattingly, but I despised him not because of him, because the Yankees weren't going to bring him in, and it was the right decision for the Yankees. It really was, bringing in Joe Girardi. So let me ask you this question, and this is the last question I have for you. When you look at the game as a whole and your game, and you look the transition of the game, the power, the juice balls, and the game is completely transitioned from the game when you watched it with Albert Pujols playing for the Cardinals and winning the World Series with the Cardinals. Do you like the game the way it is today, or I mean, with everything that's going on, you're bringing electronic umpires in now behind home plate. I mean, the transition of the game. I mean, Rob Manfred is trying to find ways to speed up the game. Do you like baseball the way it's moving forward from this, or do you think that it should be kept the way it has been all these years?
So I'm not a huge fan of all this stuff to speed up the game. You know, they're saying, yeah, you know, we'll attract more fans. But baseball fans are baseball fans. You know, I don't think the speed of the game, you know, I mean, yeah, it might bother them a little bit, but I don't think it's going to affect it that much to where they won't watch anymore. You know, I don't like the proposed rule. I'm not sure if it is a rule right now or not, or if it's still proposed, of like you bring in a pitcher, he's got to face 3 batters. You know, the left-on-left matchup. So that's, you know, good strategy there. The robo umps, I definitely see that are, you know, not every call be perfect. But I mean, you know, it's I don't know, just something inside me wants to keep, you know, the human umpires. So yes and no. I'm not going to hate the direction it goes, but you know, I do kind of like, you know, the old school baseball.
Yankee Stadium, you get called up, and every time somebody gets called up, there's a particular song that goes on for the player. What song will it be, and why would it be that song?
Man, that's quite a question. You know, if I had to choose one right now, I don't know. I might have to think about that one.
I threw a curveball at you.
You threw me a curveball, and I swung and missed.
Well, if you want to swing and miss, please, you can stand in front of Speedy. You won't miss. Oh, you don't have to answer it, but it's interesting to me because I've asked some players, not even with the Yankees organization, some other players that we've interviewed, minor league prospects that I've asked in football, and I've asked them what song, what track would you come up to the plate with, and most of them pretty much knew. I mean, Yoenis Cespedes made his own song. I mean, seriously. I mean, Yoenis Cespedes, he made this song for the New York Mets. That's why he wanted to be a New York Met. I don't know. So, anyways, first of all, I really appreciate you joining us, and I'd love to get you back on with a video feed. We had some technical difficulties, but you're a Yankee, so you're part of our family, and I'm very excited to see what you're going to develop into. I really am, and all these young prospects that we've interviewed over and over again, and we, thank God, shout out to Jillian, shout out to Ricky for reaching out to you. I mean, they've done a tremendous job reaching out to some of the prospects that we've interviewed. I would love to get you back on.
Yeah. You know, thank you so much for having me on. I would love to talk to you guys again.
Absolutely. But this time, we're not going to have this many problems. I can tell you that. We're not going to have this many problems. But we
looking forward to having
we have this video. We started this rendezvous. What is it?
Rendezvous. Yep.
Rendezvous video feed, which it's connected to our programming, and we thought, you know, it looked like it was working, and then I'm getting hit up by fans saying that there's an echo feed. So hopefully this doesn't continue going, but we'll figure that out. But we would love to get you back on, my friend. Tell the fans how they can reach you on social media.
Yeah, so my social media is at @AC_Palensky. On Instagram, it's at @AC_Palensky24 because my account got hacked.
Wasn't me. It wasn't me.
So yeah, you know, just search Aaron Palensky, Palensky. You know, reach me up. You know, hit me up with a follow. You know, maybe you know, I might follow you back. You know. So.
Well, I really appreciate you joining us, and we definitely want to get you back on. I'm looking forward for your growth as a New York Yankee, and when you do get called up for the Yankees, and we've talked to a lot of different prospects and stuff like that. We would love for you to come into the studio and do a live interview.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. When that day comes, and it's coming, I hope you love to join you guys.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.